tragedy in Japan, and if that were to happen here, how prepared are we? Plus the role of social media. Let's discuss as Kababayan LA starts right now. To sleep early last night, and then I saw a tweet about an earthquake in Japan. I decided to monitor the news, and true enough, it blew up into something really big, massive destruction in Japan. Hello, everyone. You are watching Kababayan LA, and Jeremiah Abraham is here, our social media expert, joining us. Your thoughts on this and your thoughts on the role of social media once again.
You know, it's interesting. Whenever there's a natural disaster now, a huge event that happened, everyone turns to social media first. That's where you get your news first. I found out about the earthquake and the tsunami stuff on Twitter, on Facebook, and that's my first source. And my initial instinct is to make sure that everybody that I care about is okay in Japan, in the Philippines, or whatever. And I guess for me personally, and for a lot of my friends, we used Facebook to make sure that they're still posting, making sure that they're okay.
Great. And one Kababayan that I know personally is in Japan. He has been posting on Twitter as well, so we know that he's safe, and he's actually joining us right about now on the phone. Enrico de la Vega, you may have seen him before here on Kababayan. Enrico, first of all, what are you doing in Japan?
Hi, Janelle. Thanks for having me on.
What are you doing there?
Well, I'm working on a television show over here, and got caught up in this whole thing.
Okay, yes, I know. I saw your tweet about the earthquake. Where were you, and how was it like?
When I felt the quake, I was in Chiba Prefecture. That's about 50 miles away from Tokyo, and it's about 225 miles away from the epicenter. So I felt it. It was pretty big. It lasted a long time. And it got us out of the building, and it shook for a really, really long time.
Okay, Rico, did you panic? We're hearing a lot about...
Like I was around for that and this one.
Are you there, Rico? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. It's cutting in and out.
Did you panic? How did you react, and how did the people around you react? Because we're hearing a lot about how prepared the Japanese are for instances like this, but this was much stronger than they're used to.
Yes, this is the biggest quake that they've had here. So, you know, I was in a small area. Chiba was a very isolated area, so I didn't see a lot of people panicking. So we didn't get to see a lot of the damage and the confusion that was going on. But around us, people were very calm.
Okay.
It was just like they felt it all the time. So they're really well prepared for it here.
Right, well prepared. But Jeremiah is here, our social media expert on Kababayan. He has a question for you about connectivity right now. Yeah,
Rico, I heard that the phone lines were down during the earthquake and after, and people were using technology and their Blackberries or whatnot to connect. Did you see people using that around, or were people mostly on that?
That is correct. I mean, everything is still there.
Are you there?
As far as I understand, over here.
Are you there, Rico?
Is through Twitter.
Okay, I think we're having connectivity problems right now. Rico, are you talking to us on your cell phone?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You were getting cut off earlier, so go ahead. Rico? Okay. Hello? Are you still there? Okay, the line got dropped. Obviously, it's not yet A-okay over there. Things are still going to take a while for it to resume back to business. But you were talking earlier about, for people who want to monitor this, there's actually a YouTube channel.
Yeah, so there is a breaking news channel on YouTube just for the quake. So people who took videos during the earthquake can post their videos up. It's already gotten hundreds of thousands of views. And it's a good way to know what people had to go through during.
Okay, it's YouTube. If you go to youtube.com, you search.
It's right on the top.
Okay.
It's breaking news Japan quake.
Okay, breaking news Japan quake. That's on YouTube. But I guess, Jer, we also have to make mention, you know, the use of social media in all this. We were talking about this earlier before we went on. We have to also be more careful with the way we throw out news out there and we consume the news. Because some people are just really careless, talking about, like last night, just just a few hours, like maybe 2 hours after the earthquake, people were already tweeting about how there were 680 people dead and stuff like that. How can,
you know, when people get really caught up into this and they see a tweet, it's easy to just retweet somebody without checking your facts. But and you're right, people should take more responsibility for serious things like this, but I think it's also the reader's responsibility to make sure that what they're believing, what they're consuming is accurate, especially if it's a statistic like this.
Exactly. And so now earlier you also mentioned people are turning to social media, to the internet, in terms of the news. There's this question that we always talk about on the show. Has social media, has blogging, has tweeting replaced journalism?
I don't think it's replaced journalism, but I think it's more real time than actually writing up an article and putting it out there. You get it quickly, and I think it's used for initial facts, initial news, and then if you want to learn more, then you can go to whatever news source that you go to.
In-depth analysis and all that. So I don't know about you. I have a feeling we're going to be doing the same thing, monitor Twitter, monitor Facebook, and get more developments about the tragedy in Japan. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
Thank you.
We'll see you again next week. We will be back for more in Kababayan, LA. Don't go away.
Pinoy domination continues.